Morning, happy Monday. My name's Barbara Gray from Clarity Stamp here in the UK, and welcome to the SHAC Shack. Safe, happy, and creative. Stay home and craft. We have choices now, apparently, but this is available. So if you choose to stay home and craft, then you know where we are every Monday and every Thursday at 10 o'clock. We're not going anywhere. We started this at the beginning of the pandemic, didn't we? And so it's been nearly 2 years that we've been hanging out together. 244 hours to be precise. That's a lot of doodling, a lot of companionship actually. And it's good to have your company. Good morgen, grüß dich, Marion. And we're coming in from all over the world, which is always really lovely. Morning, everybody. Come on in, grab a seat, bring your tea. It's time to relax. Good morning. And the sun is shining here in the southeast of England. Where are you? Where are you today? And what's the weather like? My daughter, Grace, she lives in New York, and they're really having a snowstorm, a blizzard at the moment. So funny old weather patterns, hey? Funny old weather patterns. Good to have your company. Paul is in the building with you if you have any questions. And while we're chatting and letting everybody come in and settle down, do me a favor, because I think you would appreciate this, because we're going to do some practice, and you don't want to practice on your best piece. If you go to the website, and then you'll go to, let me just get this right, on the front of the website, you've got the SHAC Shack section. And in the SHAC Shack section, there are some downloads. And I've downloaded what we were using last week. And I say it now while we chat. This one, I've actually downloaded it. Jim did it for me this morning, so that you've got some practice sheets, so that while we're experimenting and playing, we're not using our best. Okay? So Paul, perhaps you'd be so good as to put up the link for everybody. That would be even faster for them. And then we'll give them 5 minutes to go and find the printout. If you haven't got the printout, then we can always just scribble something down and practice that way. It's easy. Have you got a cup of tea? Bit of a scramble this morning. Link posted. Good. So maybe Paul, you could just post it every now and again, because it disappears, doesn't it? If you could just do that for our good friends. And of course it's there all the time. So even if you haven't got access to a printer at the moment, then download it later. The thing about it is, and you'd think I had a plan here, the letters are very repetitive. So we can practice using different pens on the letters and so on and so on and so on. So you could just print it out on copy paper. Actually, I'll show you something. What I did was, just on the subject of printing, I've put my original one in a poly bag so that I don't, because there's so many of them floating around now, I don't want to spoil this, because I can use this again and again. So I've copied it on paper, on copy paper. So I've got a couple of those. I've copied it on some thin card. The thick card wouldn't go through, but that's all right. Thick. So I've got that. And then I had a little moment of clarity, as you do. And I thought, yeah, 12 by 12. Look, Indian summer. How beautiful is that? So I just cut it in half and then ran it through my laser printer, but it worked with an inkjet as well. Ain't that lovely? So that's just, and because we've got the half price sale at the moment, Paul, am I right in thinking that these are also half price, these books? Because if they are, I know we're running out, but we've still got enough. But I know that the stock is low on that. And that isn't a ploy. I just know, because the reorder is substantial. The cost of the reorder is substantial. So we've sort of, January is not a good month to start reordering anything. Any business that can survive this January, I say, I salute you, sir. I really do. So, but I'm sure we've got them, and I'm sure they're half price. So roll up, roll up, roll up. Yeah, but didn't that look nice? Printed on there, you know? I thought, what a result. And because it's paper, it goes through the printer like a charm. Right. So, yeah, where are we all? We're in Essex. Nice. Puppy is asleep, so I'm able to be live with you. I thought it said live with you. Gisela. Hi, Gisela. Grüß dich. Nice to see all these familiar names. Yeah, looks good, doesn't it? And I was telling you, you remember years ago, do you remember this one? Julie dug it out for me. Do you remember I said that we've been doing this sort of straddle writing that we're working on here? I've done this for years, and it's such an easy thing to do. And I even got the rough bit where you just see how you decide whether you want to go uppercase or lowercase. So this is nice. While everybody's getting their printer fired up, I've got an idea. Just in case you want to practice with me, but you haven't got your printer, right? Just get a bit of copy paper. Go for it. Don't use your best though. That'd be a shame. And then maybe, look, you could use all sorts of different things to do this, but I would say you've got stamps, or just get a bit of copy paper, and just, if you can't think of something to write, let's have a look here. Take any one of these stickers, and there's going to be something somewhere that will speak to you. Seek sweetness and wisdom. Perfect. One day at a time. Beautiful. There's only one of you. Pick one. One day. I'm going to go with one day at a time, right? Because that is all you need, is something to practice on. So take one day at a time. Let me just get this chair up a bit higher. It must be the weight. It keeps pulling it down. How's the diet going, girls? Christmas just seems to be, it's nearly February now. What happened to the 1st of January? But yesterday I started again, and I'm dead serious, grayscalers. I've really been relaxing the rules on the chocolate and the cake. I'm not even a war child, but I keep thinking I can't throw it away. You can't throw it away. You've got to eat your way through. So I bought way too much. Then we all got ill, and now I've just been eating it, and I'm up to here now with chocolate. I think I had the last of the popcorn last night, and now I'm done. Right, come on, get a bit of paper. Any bit of paper will do. Okay. While everybody's getting their pencils, because we've been working on doodles and on, haven't we? One day at a time. That's all I want to write. One day at a time. So let's just do it on a piece of half piece of copy paper. And we're going to just, do you remember it's easiest to make a box? Right, let's make a box. Make a box. Make a smaller box. It's quicker. Right, so just draw around a box, and then that can be our guide, can't it? It's just a practice piece for you. Right, there you go. So draw around make a box. That's the first thing. Okay, can you see that okay? Sorry, I think I'm using quite a hard pencil. So what have we got here? 2H. 2H is too hard. Right, let me see if I can find a soft HB. There it is. Right, box standard HB. It's easier for you to see. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Right, what we're going to go for? One day at a time. One day at a time. That'll do. One day at a time. All right, here we go. So we're going to go Do you remember? One day at a time. And then you're going to roll your letters in there like this. And we're going to go uppercase, aren't we? One. Bit big. It's all right. Everybody's still fiddling with their printer. One day at a time is a great one to focus on while we're in the zone. Let's just get this going. Let's do one day at a time while everybody's getting their printer fired up, and then we'll get started. One. That's better. Day. That'll do. Atta. I'm going to come over here. At a time. There. That's not so bad, is it? Oh yeah, do you remember we said you put the things up there, it's easier. There you go. One day at a time. Nice. Simple, eh? Okay. So we've got our words in like that. And now and then we're going to go. Do you remember we said M always looks better right top to bottom? It's just a little recap, really, what we're doing here. And what we did last week in exactly the same way, we did this, didn't we? And we put the lines in. But when you actually look at the original, you can see the lines are still there. That was what we worked on. So now, if you're working with us and you're, I think this is a good idea, is just to take the letters, right? And you can practice now on that. So we've got our layout. Are we happy with the layout? I think so. We've put our bridges from the letters up the top. That's what we said, wasn't it? So there you go. So now you've got yourself another cool quote. It's all right to leave that down. And you know what? Leave this open, because that's the nice thing about you could put a picture, a landscape in there. If you're wondering where these trees come from, aren't they lovely? There's a meadow dance set, which I think is one of the best stamp sets we've got, and it's got the children and the deer. You know, there are two long landscape picture stamps. They're silhouettes, beautiful. And then they've also got these trees in two different sizes as well. Paul, maybe you'd like to flag that one up, because if you're a member of the craft club, our craft club, it's a half price sale. Just saying. But this is a beautiful stamp set. I mean, if you want to get started on stamps, that's definitely one of the essentials. Because, right, see the trees, because of the way they're drawn, if you take a piece of torn paper, you see all these bushes and hedgerows and tufts of grass, they're all done with the side of the stamp. So it's amazing. This whole thing is actually just done with two trees, and then the sides of the trees for the hillocks, etc. So that's quite good. Okay, so you've got your word in place, and if you've got your right, and then what you're going to do is, this is a quick recap. Take your pen, right? Let's do your pen. This is a very quick recap, and then by that time everybody will have their printing ready. Is everybody okay? And Alison wants to know, how's my dad's weight doing? Well, he's put on half a stone. I know, and so have I. Aha, I'm going in the wrong direction. But yeah, he's doing very well, thank you. Thank you for caring. Right, so let's do one. We're using the number one of the micron pens, these pens, art pens. I don't know if they're in the sale. Are they in the sale? I don't know. I'm out of touch. I'm so busy trundling up and down to Peterborough at the moment. TV world. I'm having to rely on my wonderful team at Clarity to steer the ship at the moment. So we've got a big sale going on that launched on Friday. Goes to a week today. So it's going on for a week. So if you want to join the club, you've got plenty of time. Join online. I think it's worth joining. I think it's a brilliant club, really. Let's put that line up there. You get a lot of bang for your buck, don't you? You get quite a lot for your money. Apart from the discount, and the projects are pretty cool. Spend a lot of time, which reminds me I must get my act together because I've got to do the projects. Maybe that's what I should do this afternoon. Right, one day at a time. There you go, Barbara. That's exactly what you needed to say to yourself. Yeah. I think also what happens is when you... I'm going to go like that. When you're focusing on words like that, one day at a time, they start to soak in, you know, don't they? How's it going with the printing? Everybody all right with the printing? Lorraine Long says diet stands for did I eat that? Very good. Very good. Right, so now everybody has got something to work on, whether it's one day at a time, whether it's a printed piece. Have you got something in front of you to work on? Because I thought, what would be a good idea today, right? We've worked on the lines. We did that last week in depth. So you can always catch up on YouTube if you choose to. So we worked on straddling lines and writing in between the lines. We worked on using a micron pen, didn't we, to ink up? Because what we did was we used tracing paper, didn't we? And then we use a rubber. So this is a proper recap here. Then we use the rubber. I'm going to use an old one so I don't spoil my... You should use your old sharpeners. There you go. To sharpen your... Right. So then what you're going to do is gently... Do you remember we said don't press too hard because otherwise you'll push the pink rubber into the paper. So just gently lose the pencil marks. Although you could do that later as well. But it's a sequence, isn't there, when you do this work? So we've been kind of looking at lettering and quotes and wise words and the stickers. They're a great place to go to if you're not sure, if you're not sure where to go. There are loads, especially the Barbara ones. These ones, the ones that are the blue. There are loads of just simple, short, little bite-sized quotes and sayings that will work lovely for this kind of thing. Okay, let's have a look. Right, and when we've done this, now you've got something to work on. Okay, that's for all of you who haven't got access to a printer and a computer, because not everybody does. I know that. If my mum were here now, she could happily do this. But as soon as I say, all right, go online and print off a digi download, that'd be the end of the game. We were in Tesco's. Was it Tesco's or Morrison's? One of the supermarkets. And the lady said to my mum, go on the app to get your discount. My mum hasn't even got a mobile phone, you know. So don't forget that there are, our population straddles many generations, friends, and we're not all completely au fait with digital and apps, and there are a vast majority of people, elderly people, have no clue about that stuff, you know, and one should respect that, I think. My opinion. Opinions are like noses, everyone's got one. And you can't be saying to an 85-year-old, get with the times, because he's glad he's still alive, especially after the last 2 years, you know. I don't think my dad, we've had the game with the talking scales, so I don't think I'm going to start trying to introduce apps so that you can get a discount. He hasn't been to Tesco's for 2 years. Right, you ready? So what I want to do, I'm actually going to go to, otherwise what was the point of telling you? This is your one to work with, and it's your quote for the day, one day at a time. And today is Monday. And all you've got to do is Monday. Don't worry about Tuesday. Don't worry about Wednesday. Just focus on today. Your job today is to have the best possible Monday that you could have. And don't clog it up with worrying about Tuesday. I could wreck today thinking about tomorrow, but then I'm not here. You understand? So this is the key, isn't it? One day at a time. How often have we talked about that? And today, now we're going to do some doodling. And when you start to focus on what we're doing, it's the concentration. It's not the result. It doesn't matter. The result will come. The result will come, just as it has in the shack over a period of 2 years. You know, you travel gently. You don't put yourself through some kind of challenge. You don't fail an exam. You just do one day at a time, a little bit more and a little bit more. And you just keep adding layers of practice and layers of confidence and layers of skill. And then before you know it, what you thought 2 years ago would be completely out of the question suddenly is very achievable. Interesting, isn't it? So let's get a piece of paper. Has everybody managed to get this print sorted out yet? Let's have a look. I'm going to go with the one on card. Yeah, let's do the one on card. And I want to do, there's going to be a transition here. There's going to be a shift. Because remember I was encouraging you to buy those brush pens. I kept it in the box so that I wouldn't lose it. But if you haven't got the brush pen, matters not. But I do feel I can't be encouraging you to buy a brush pen and saying, yeah, come on, we're going to learn how to use it, and then suddenly it never happened. So if you haven't got the brush pens, it's fine. Get a biro, but we're using the micron pen. If you have got the brush pens, these are going to be the transition. Okay, and we'll see what we can do. Let's see what we can do to enhance our download now, or our print, because my guess is that yours looks no different to mine, right? It's about right, isn't it? Take a piece of paper. I'm going to use the number 1, and the first thing we'll do is look at our T's. Let's look at our T's, and I want you to take your micron pen, and what I want you to do is let me see if I could show you, if I show it to you. Let's do it on there. Right. What I want you to do is put on the T's, like here, do a double line. See how close you can get, and see how, right, like that. Do a double line like that. Okay? Just that. That's all you got to do. Right, there's loads of T's in here. Ha ha! Right, let's see how this goes. Okay. If you've got these pens, what we'll do is we'll go half and half. If you've got these pens, right, then just do that. Right, and then close it off at the end. Only the T's. There we are. Let's go to the next one. I'm going to lean on something. Yeah. So what we're doing now is, of course, we're adding another interest. Look how it's changing. Can you see how it's changing the art? It's changing the lettering. So what it's doing is it's making it different elements, different things that you can do. We're just concentrating on the T's though. So again, let's do the T, and we're going to use this. So it's this. You can't make it thicker or thinner. This is what it is. When you use this one, it will only ever, doesn't matter how hard you press, it might get blacker, but it won't get fatter like the brush pen. So let's just do this. Simple, simple, simple. This is what I would call exploring the possibilities. Just exploring the possibilities. And while you're exploring, what you'll find is that it really relaxes you because you're focused. Decide which side of the line do you want to go. There. So the difference between the top part and the bottom part, this is purely practice. If you want to carry on with that one, carry on with that one. Let's see if you can achieve that same thin line with that one. So still on the T's. So you've got, it's like stabilizers. It's like when you're riding a bike, right? This is a very gradual transition. You see, I find, this is my own findings, I find these pens, pencils, it's because we're paper crafters, colouring. Give me a pencil, and I have got 100% control. Give me a brush, I don't have the same amount of control, but I love the look of the brush. And so I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn too. And the only way I can learn is by one, practicing, and two, well, definitely practicing, but just experimenting as well, you know. But at the back of my mind, I know I can always fall back on my pencils. They haven't gone anywhere. They're there. Okay, so keep that one there. Now let's have a go at this. Let's try it on here, right? And what you'll see is if you take a line, right, like any line. Oh, hang on. If you hold the brush, just practice on a bit of paper first. What you want to do is try and bring the brush down. See how much wigglier it is if you hold it like that. So now you want the tip, tip, tip. How thin do you want to be? How are you going to do this? You've got to commit, right? Faster you go, just keep going down like this, 10 lines. Just keep going down until you realise, is it easier if you go like that rather than pulling? Because you're right-handed or left-handed, work out which way the brush goes for you. See, I find if I bring it like that, I've got much more control. If I try to pull it that way, it's not working so well. So I know I've got to pull it that way. I'm a lefty. So possibly if you're a right-handed person, it would be better for you like that. Like that. Take a piece of scrap and work it out. I've definitely found my sweet direction, and it's because I'm a left-handed person. That's it. I've worked it out now. Okay. So I'm not going to do that on my best piece. I'm going to do that on a scrap first. I'm just trying to explain to you how I build my skills. I'm no expert. There are no experts in this building, but a bit of scrap and a bit of playtime, yeah, it works. So let's see. I know that I want to do that. So that means I've got to make the artwork turn. I've got to turn the artwork. So I'm on the T still. Right, and I'm going to start up here. So because this is ink, it might smear. So I'm going to start over this side and I'm going to come this way. So I need to stop there. See if this works. That's definitely the way to go. Okay, that works. Right. And the thing about this is, one, it would take me a long time to master this, get confident with it. But I want to not be able to see the difference at this point. I want to get a really thin line. And all I'm doing is working on the T's. Just the T's. Yeah, nice. And another T. See how close you can get or how far away you can get. It's a smaller T. And then you step away and you look at your work and you think, yeah, all right, there's another T there. So because of the repetition of these letters as well, it's really useful. And can you run these along a ruler? I wouldn't recommend it. I think this is the whole idea, is to get nice. Nice. My favourite one so far. There you go. There. You see, because if you, and this is what we'll learn in a minute, you can go, I think the skill is to get the same pressure all the way. But then, of course, if you want to, you can go down further and then come back up again. See? So you start to get that depth. So you can start really thin and then down, you go, and up you come again. See? So this is really lettering, isn't it? But first, I think you've got to learn to drive in a straight line. You want to learn to drive in a straight line before you start turning the corners. When I was riding when I was learning how to ride a motorbike, I remember, because we were in England, turning left for me was easy. Okay, I could have gone left, 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 left. Didn't have a problem turning left. Turning right for me was terrifying because, of course, when you were turning right, you were going into the traffic, weren't you? Cutting across the traffic. And I remember I used to lie in bed at night trying to pretend to go right, right, right. And it was in the end, the only thing I could do was go to the Edenbridge Sports Centre, the leisure centre, and just go around the car park on my motorbike, around and around and around and around, until I didn't mind cutting across. I had to go right. Left was no problem. It was the right that frightened me. And it was mind over matter. And I think it's the same with a lot of this. You think, oh, no, I'm just going to go left, left, left. I'm not going to bother going right, right, right. Trouble is, though, you're only ever going in one place. You always end up back where you started. Right, come on. So we've done the T's. That's cool. So how about the G's? The G's. We've got a few G's. Do a couple of G's on your scrap first. Come on. Do a G. Come on, we're good at these now. Just do a couple of these. How about 3 of them, just to get your eye in? There you go. So there are our G's. Okay. And then we'll use the easy one. And you know what? This is brilliant. This is because if you do this, and you don't go right, and you use this pen. When you go back to the simple, the vanilla, it's really easy, which was usually the challenge compared to the pencil. Yeah, psychological. Right, let's have a look. So on the G, what we're going to do is we're going to open it up again like the T, but we're going to do it. Let me just have a think for a minute, because I did have a look at, I want it to look nice when it's finished, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So on the G, we're going to come round, start up there, come round like that. So we've got a bit of a curve going on, and then we'll do the same on that side. Or let's do this then. Let's do this. Let's just do the G there first. I'm not sure I even want to put a, well, it does look quite good though. Like that. And then, now let's try it with this one. So according to me, I've got to go this way. I'm not sure. I might prefer to go down the... Don't see any pens running out. I've only got the one here. Get it going again, Gray. Here it comes again. Okay. All right. Right, G. Got it? So I'm going to come from the top and I'm coming down. If you want it to look delicate, the skill is to make it look delicate, not all blah. Right, we're good with this. Is everybody happy? Or have you all thrown your toys out the pram? Where are my G's? Right, G's. There's not so many G's. All right, I'm going to start with the easy street. Isn't it funny how one is so simple? Look, that is like a piece of cake by comparison. And then you ask yourself, well, if it's, why bother with this if this is so easy? Yeah, well, because you've got to build your confidence on the lettering pen. And when you do that with a brush like this, it's a game changer. And you'll find that your lettering will improve. You just got to get control of it. Just got to get control of it. That's all. All right. Right. I'm going to do one more G with the comfortable one. Like that. The artist is nothing without the gift. So we've done the T's, we've done the G's, and now I'm going to do the second half. But the gift is nothing without work. Right. Which is exactly what we're talking about here, isn't it? I'm just trying to get the ink to come in. That'll do. Right, let's go again. So that tells me that I probably need to store it. See, I would have always stored my brushes on the flat, personally. Does it say? Perfect your script, an elegant drawing with our beautiful extra fine brush pen made with professional grade fibres. Lolly, lolly, la. Luxury black pen gives you all the benefits of an ink brush without the mess. Containing fade resistant pigment ink. It doesn't tell you how to lay it down. Personally, I'd always lay it flat. Right. Okay. G. G. No, going that way. G. Air writing first, and then off we go. Yeah. See, it's different when you start to. Right. The gift is nothing. This G's a bit ropey anyway. Who's joining in with me, or are you just watching me wake up on a Monday? Nothing. Without work. Okay, so that's the G's sorted. Phew. Hey? G's good. And now, O. Okay. O. Oh, no, not the O. Yeah, come on, it's only a letter. I mean, that's the fun of this. It costs nothing, the price of a pen and a bit of paper. It's the process that will. I had a crowner of a headache this morning before we went live, a stonker proper, and I can't keep taking pills because it's nothing to do. The pills don't touch it. It's a stress thing. I know that. I accept that. Okay, it is what it is at the moment, and this too shall pass. That would be a lovely one. One day at a time. This too shall pass. I think I'm gonna get 2 tattoos. One day at a time. This too shall pass. And I just stare at my arms until it works. Which way though? Which way? So I've got this crowner of a headache, right? Not now. Because as soon as I start concentrating on the art and on where the pen's going to go and on the pressure, you know, no headache. You'd think that'd give you a headache, wouldn't you? Headache doesn't give you a headache. It takes it away. Does me. Does it work for you as well? Does it? I think it's fascinating. Colouring in, that's another thing I find. If I've got a crowner, like proper, when I start doing a little bit of colouring in, just concentrating on getting it right, not there and thinking about what's going on, just concentrating, yeah, then gone is the headache, yeah. Or if I've got aches and pains, that works too, because I'm so focused on what I'm doing. I so want to get this right. Funny how it works. Funny how it works. The gift is nothing without work. Wick, wick, wick. Right. Hi-ho. Right, okay, the artist is nothing. So now we're going to go to the O's. Let's do a couple of O's on a bit of scrap. Okay. We'll do a couple of O's. There we go. O. Let's do 3. O. Bit ropey. That'll do. 3 O's. And then what we're going to do with the O's, we'll just put I think we'll do it just on one side like that, rather than both sides, otherwise it looks a bit ropey. Just on one side. So now it's as if the shadow was hitting it. So you're going to come around like that. You could even come around a bit further around the bottom. See? Let's try that. And then let's try it with this pen. When you were a kid, did you not have kind of books at school that had lines in it and you had to repeat the letters to make them look good? Did you not? We used to write A, B, 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 didn't you? That was all we did. And then you used to be allowed to doodle. The teacher would let you just decorate the letters just for a little while after the lesson, at the end of the lesson. And that was the best part of the lesson, really. Putting patterns, and still do it, don't we? Right, O it is. O it is. So I'm going to start with the simple and then work my way down. As soon as I get to the halfway mark, I'll change. I think this is a really good thing because it's only a bit of scrap. Well, it's not, is it? But you know what I mean. No pressure. It's not our original. It's not our original. Right, so now O, the artist is nothing. Concentrate, and round we come. And round we come. See how it's changing what we're writing? It's really nice, actually. The artist is nothing without the gift, but the gift, and now we're going to change to the other pen, is nothing without work. There's 3 here. 1, 2, 3. Right, I'm going to turn it around. Which way do I want to go with this? No, I'm going to go fatter down the bottom. I think I want to go that way. Air writing. Yeah, okay. Oh, went over the edge. Damn. Right, doesn't matter. Like that. Okay, here we go. Sweeps through. It's better. Work. Nice. Oh, hang on, Zola. Yeah. Cool, cool, cool. Right, so we've done the O's. What about the S's? S's. Loads of S's. And I think with the S's, what we'll do is we'll do a little bit of a sweep. So if the S is like that, let's have a look. If that's the S, we're going to go there and there, right? So we'll put a line in there and there. You know what we're doing here as well is we're giving ourselves a place, an opportunity to colour in or put gold leaf in if we were really good at it. Yeah. We're giving ourselves openings, spaces to colour. What was I on? S. Okay. Is it quarter two? Quarter two already? It's ridiculous. But that goes to show you. You get lost in it. There we are. Sweep round. And the other thing is to know, because it's so busy, because it's so busy, nobody's going to look at the absolutely the fine line. You know what I mean? Don't get caught up. Is so much, so oh, I've only got the one S. Oh, result. But what's interesting is, no, I don't want to do that. See, it's a temptation to start fiddling. What I find is, it's like this one. Do you feel that it's really simple now? And this one is ooh, right? Last week, this one was really simple, and this one was ooh. We are funny, aren't we? If there were aliens watching us, they'd think, "There's no hope for that lot." If there was an alien sitting there, little cone head, he'd be shaking his head, his little cone head going, "Barbara, Barbara, Barbara." And they peel potatoes and they mash them up. Do you remember that? Oh dear, oh dear. Right, where are we now? Okay. Let's have a look at the, oh, I know what I want to do now. All right, we're going to push the boat out now. The eyes. The eyes. All right, now we've got choices, friends, with the eyes. Did you do these big dotty eyes like that? Bit of a difference, isn't it? So let's do this then. Let's do a few eyes so that we can practice them first. Okay, let's do an eye. And then it's like a little O really, but there we are. Okay, let's do a few of these just to get our eye in. Sorry. Don't laugh when you're trying to draw, Gray. Okay, right. So now, this is what I want to do, right? And there are different ways to do this, but let's have a look. Let's say what I want to do is make, this is the one where we're going to press down and make more depth, right? So you're going to come down like that, and then you're going to actually press harder so that your gap, look, like that. See? So this is the first time that we're actually going to press harder to make the crescent moon. This is called calligraphy, right? But if you don't feel comfortable with that, then you can always fill it in, can't you? Look, what have we done for the last however long, right? So if you don't feel comfortable trying this, then all you need to do is just do that. But wouldn't it be great if we could actually do it the way? Let's have a look. I wonder. Do you know what? I'm just going to go for it. It's the only way, because I get lots of practice then. Right, ready. Okay, so you're going to go like that, and then you're going to press down and come back up again. Right, I might not talk much now. In you go, Gray. and then out you come the other side. And don't go back over it. You can always tart it up with your other pen, can't you? Right? Let's just do this thing. Right, in we go. Start like that, and then press down a bit harder, and then come back up again. Right, start light, press a bit harder, and then up you come again. They're a bit ropey, but that's okay. We've got a corrector pen. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right. I think I'm getting a headache again. Don't laugh, Gray. Crying out loud. You can't laugh and do it. Doesn't work very well. Come on. It can't be that blimmin' hard. Do I want to turn my... And press down. Up we come again. Okay. Do enough of them. You've got to get good. Let's have a look. Oh, out the line. Can't see it though. That's a good one. Woo! That's better. I'm getting there now. How's it working for you? Hang on, let me just concentrate a bit. I know. I bet that we got some calligraphers in the building thinking this is painful to watch. Oh, I can't do this and laugh. Guatemala? Catherine Summerfield, are you on holiday? No, you wouldn't go to Guatemala on holiday, surely. Do you live there? Well, greetings. Went very quiet on the Emil there, didn't I? There. Do you know, that'll do me. And then, you see, you can go back in with your pen, your other pen, and you can just, have I got the right glasses? And you can smooth out those lines, and you can just correct it. So there's no, you've got to practice it though. Because eventually you'll be able to write beautifully, but you won't go from 0 to 100 without getting control of that brush pen. That's really the way it is, isn't it? Now, what's nice though, now, let's have a look. Let's pan out a little bit from our artwork. You see, I like this. I wonder if we can see it better on there. Can you see how funky that looks now? It's good. It's really good. We've changed it, you see, and those dots, the lollipops, they jump, don't they? So now let me just pan out a little bit, because I tell you what we want to do as well. Oh, hang on, other way. Right. Let's take our ruler. I'm going to use this pen on this job, right? And what we want to do, remember this is still the scrap though, isn't it? This is still the, look at your original one. Let's see what we've got. You'll see that there was a line that ran. Do you remember the box? So what we're going to do now is reintroduce the box. Right, you ready? So let's reintroduce the box. And here's a choice that you're going to make now. Are you going to introduce your box a little bit above the letters, or are you going to actually use the letters as part of the box? Your choice. I'm going there, and I'm going to just gently now, so I don't want it to bleed either, but I'm using the flat of the, let's just see if this, just go along there like that. Take my time. I can decide about that other, what I just talked about in a minute. I'm going to come back the other way so it's blacker. And then I'm going to lift it. And then I'm going to take my tissue and I'm going to wipe it so that I don't smear it somewhere else in a minute. Now that looks quite good, just on one line. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Sometimes you don't have to always settle for what you started with, do you? So where's the dot here, though? So if that's that and that one's there, somewhere here is the dot. Let me just find it. Oh, yeah. Right. This is where the original comes into play. We're so lucky, you know, that we have a process that we can refer back to. So where's my, is that the one I used? Or did I use the other one? No, that is definitely the one I used. Right. Okay. So you go back to your process one. Right. Like so. And then you make your mark. Wait, let's see. Ha ha. Ha ha. There's my dot now. See if that worked. So we're going to go from the, like a charm. Let me just clean my ruler. Look, see? You go to that dot. Do you see? Tell you what, there's no flies on her. I love it when it works. Right, so we're going to go from the T to the dot. Doing it. Gently does it. I'm going to go twice rather than press hard. And then back again. And I wouldn't do this with a brush pen because it would be too wet. That's it. And then we're just going to wipe that clean, just in case there's some black that then gets transferred when you move it. Check it out. Right, now, this is where we have to make a choice. Do you actually want to use the letters in your... So they're a little bit ropey. You know what I mean? If you know what I mean. If I was to go... Let's have a look. I'm doing it. I'm kind of trying to pick them up. So I'm kind of picking them up as I go along, the letters. There. Uno. I just wanted the box. I wanted the box. Okay. I'm not sure about this. Or whether I'll come up a little bit. I might come up a little bit on this. I might, do you know? Tiny little bit. Or do I do it by hand? She does it by hand. That's what she does. I've got to pick up the letters as I go along because otherwise it's not going to work. Oh, it's very windy here. Sorry if I've gone quiet. There. That's better. Much happier with that idea. Yes, for sure. See, that way you go where you need to with the pen rather than where the ruler takes you. Yeah? So cool. And then we got to transfer, we've got to put the letters in. Is it 5-2 already? We're going to put but we'll do the pencils. We'll do the arches and that. We'll use pencils later. Okay? Got to pick a colour now. I think that would look really nice. So it's not ready yet, but it's getting there. And if you were to pick a colour now, what colour do you fancy? Any colour. You go grey. We'll give that a go, couldn't we? Grey would be nice. What about a blue? Have I got there's a nice blue. There's a nice blue. What about a nice blue? It's got to be quite sharp, you know. Just let's do the whole thing. Yeah, just add blue to the lines that you've created. Eh? And if you wanted to, look, you could just do all the T's in blue, couldn't you? And then take another colour, because you'll be familiar with the letters now as well. Do you know, I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'll do blue and maybe a lovely mellow green. What do you think? Let's continue with this on Thursday. Oh, that's a G. Because what we're doing is we're getting the benefits now. So it's going to come together so nicely. And when we put the... So do you want to use different colours? I think it might look nice with a little bit of yellow in the... Maybe the G is a yellow, you know? Or a nice green. What do I think? Is that a nice green? Green's quite good. What do I think? G, green. Well, clearly. Yeah. So you're going to get different colours. This is nice. Just go to the G's. What's cool as well is, you can't really tell where the brush pen was. So it wasn't such a hard kind of lesson, was it? Is that all the G's? We might have to do the S's in green as well then, because there's a little bit of a... Oh. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. What other colours have we got? We've got pergoliners. Where are they then? Come on, Barb, you're supposed to sell what you own. Like, here we go. Look, pergoliners. Woohoo! Got some nice colours in there. Trouble is, I took them all up the telly. And I don't want to use too many colours. Oh, here's another box of them. Let's see if I've got a... So you could really put together a nice colour combination. How's that sound? I've got more of these. There's the yellow I'm after. Paul, are these half price as well in the member sale? If you join the club, right, this is the thing. So there are 4 different club strands. Because it's a member sale, this is one of the big benefits of being a member, right? As soon as you join one of the clubs, you get 10% discount on anything that you buy from us anyway. That's the first thing. If you join more than one of the clubs, because we've got stamps, we've got stencils, groovy and dies. There are 4 different educational strands, and every month you get sent projects, and you also get sent the die, the stamp, and double project sheets, which is why I've got to think about what I'm doing for February. And then but immediately you get 10% discount or 15% discount, I think, if you're in 3 or 4 of them, right? And then you also get access to this half price blanket sale. And it's not just what we've got a lot of in the cupboard. It's literally all things Clarity Pergamano. I'm pretty certain it's Pergamano as well. So that means that if you wanted to kind of make an investment now to build your stash, this is the week to do it. And then you just join 1, 2 or 3 of the clubs. 10% is 1 or 2 of the clubs. 15% is 3 or 4. That percentage runs all year. And of course, you're only paying like £6 for a stamp and a double project that's coming to you every month in the post. If you live abroad, then there's a little bit of additional postage because it's horrendous at the moment, but we absorb most of the post. So yeah, it's well worth at the moment. And I know this isn't usually a selling platform, but it has to be. It has to be today, because I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't tell you that there's this amazing half price sale going on for club members. And is it exclusive to the club? Yes, it is. It is. That is the advantage of subscribing. No. So it's well worth thinking about. And the other thing is, of course, you can always ring Janine and she'll sign you up. Do you know what? I think that bright blue would be really good too. And so what I'm going to do then, no, do you know what? I think I might go orange. I'm going to have a happy half hour colouring this in. And then when we get together on Thursday, we'll look at it again, right? You might have access to the download by then. And then we'll kind of tie this up. I've got so much I want to show you, but let's take another look at the brush pens and the colouring in on Thursday, shall we? On Wednesday, no, it's not this Wednesday, is it? It's the following Wednesday. There's the brilliant one-day special on the television. I'm on the telly on Sunday this week with some really beautiful stamps again. So we're here to keep you company, and thank you very much for joining me, Paul. Thanks for your help, and yes, they are. What is? Something's in the sale. I forgot what the question was. Lots of love to you all. Have a great week, and I'll see you Thursday. Bye-bye now. And don't forget, half-price sale. Got to take advantage. Now's the time if you like a bargain. Bye-bye. Bye now.